I want to talk about a few strategies to get unstuck. And this could be in multiple areas. The area I'm going to talk about is more in the health and wellness space where I coach. So people tend to get stuck. They get in this groove where they're not making progress and they feel bogged down. And many times what happens is we get bombarded with all this information and get distracted. Or maybe we cause distractions because we get lost in the day-to-day and just showing up and getting those tasks done. So what I like to have clients do is do an evaluation and rate yourself. Are you stuck? That's the first thing I'll have them do. What do we need to do? What tools and what educational components do I need to bring to the table to help this client get from point A to point B? And another thing that I recommend is try to get that person out of their environment to do an evaluation. There'll be two of them, or you can do them together. So you kind of evaluate, okay, where am I? I'll get yourself out of the environment into a better environment because that'll change your state. And then with that said, do an evaluation of where you're at, where you want to be. So you have to do evaluation. You have to be truthful as well. Are you hitting all the foundational components to be successful with your health? Is your nutrition intact? Is your workouts intact? Is your rest recovery intact? Are you managing your stress and state? So again, you want to do the evaluation, but you may have to get yourself out of the environment. Another thing I would like to do after we collect those data points is we got to get really clear on what you desire and your goals. And then what we will do is reverse engineer it and put it into play. And then on a daily basis, we may have some checkpoints to make sure that we're implementing those tasks that you need to do to be successful to get from point A to point B. So, example, are you hitting your workouts 3 to 4 days a week? Well, I would see that, yeah, you obviously record your weight and things of that nature. But what we also want to do is build this into a component where it becomes who you are or how you show up. I'm going to give you an example of that. Just like brushing your teeth, right? You don't write on your calendar, hey, I got to brush my teeth every day. You go brush your teeth every day, I hope. But same component or same concept. You want to make your health and wellness a foundational component. I eat nutritionally healthy foods at every meal. I get all my protein in throughout the day. I make all my workouts, and it becomes a routine and a thing you do not neglect or miss. Or if you do, you will make it up or have it planned to be made up the next day. So what we do is we build that within who you need to become. The check boxes are there. So, hey, I did this. Hey, I did this. And when you evaluate on a daily basis, obviously you win the week, you compound that. And after a while, what will happen is that component, you do not have to have it in front of you. You already know you're going to do it. Now, obviously, there's some tracking data points that we will always want you to consume and give us information back on, because if we don't have the information, we can't coach you properly, specifically like nutrition, rest, recovery, and or workouts and progression with the workouts. So if you feel like you're stuck, we all get stuck sometimes. To get unstuck, you got to know where you want to go. So do the evaluation. Obviously, you may want to get yourself out of that environment. Okay. And then what you're going to do is we're going to reverse engineer it and build it into a format where you implement these strategies on a daily basis so it becomes part of your routine or habit. So if you get stuck, try this. It can work in multiple areas of your life, not only health and wellness, but I use some of these techniques inside my coaching program.